All right. So here is a breakdown of the system that we use to create an email marketing strategy for a brand. Okay. So keep in mind, these are just three things that I've picked that I feel like really I feel like it's not as common in the space to be doing these things, but they make a huge difference. Okay, so most of these are incorporated into flows and automated sequences. So they're nurturing each step of the customer buyer's journey. Okay, and the important thing to just note is like personalization matters a lot, right? With unique brands, I feel like think of the comparison I can make is think of if you go into a luxury store, how like think of like Gucci or LV or some of these brands, right? Think of if you go into an in-store location or even Apple, right? Notice when you walk in there how many different people, like how many different touch points the employees and the team members there are going to have with you, right? What you want to think of is we're trying to basically incorporate that in our online marketing, right? In our emails, in our website, in our support, so on and so forth. Okay. So the first step of this is creating unforgettable first impressions, right? How are we going to do this? The secret here lies in collecting in the correct use of zero party data, right? Information shared directly by customers about their preferences and needs, or very like tailored information specifically unique to them. Okay. This allows us to personalize every communication, which is so key to a customer converting, right? Um, and it makes the customer give that like spark that emotion that we're speaking directly to them. Okay. For example, for this brand, Child's Play Clothing, you can see we are collecting zero party data directly from the pop ups, which help us to understand what our prospects are doing on the site. Like, what are the customers doing on the site? How can we provide them with more relevant information? In example, tailored marketing material. And really, honestly, so they can make a quicker, more informed buying decision. Okay. The easiest, simplest way, like, none of this is supposed to be complex, but like the simple way that you want to think of this is okay, this brand sells clothing, right, to boys and girls, right, children. So the biggest thing that we can collect, the best way we can collect the zero party data is literally just by asking them, are you shopping for a girl, a boy, or unisex? And then based on that, however they respond, it's going to trigger into the Klaviyo or into the ESP that, hey, like we should be like, these sort of flows should be going towards them. So flows or emails tailored more towards girls, right? Flows or emails tailored more towards boys. When we have, when this brand launches a new collection, maybe it's tailored towards boys or maybe it's tailored towards girls. Well, then easy thing, we're just going to tailor those marketing material specifically to the people that said they were interested in shopping for girls, right? For their children. So huge way, but this goes it's a small thing that goes a long way. Okay. From there we make the email sequence, and then that hosts images, products, and content that is tailored towards the customer's specific preferences, right? So if it's like mothers shopping for their girls, look at this, a world of girls style. Is a mother who's shopping for a boy going to relate to this? Probably not. They're probably just going to click away and be like, oh, this is relevant. But if it's specific to, hey, they're already shopping for their daughter, they're going to really relate to this, right? And this makes sense. Same with shopping for boys and then unisex, right? Like you can see these examples. Nothing crazy, just very tailored approaches. Okay. Um, the second one, let me just scroll up here, is making post purchase, just enriching those experiences, right? If our customers aren't having a stellar post purchase experience, or if they're not finding value in what they've bought, why would they come back and buy again, right? Our goal with brands specifically that have items that customers can come back and purchase again, whether it's a supplement, whether it's clothing, right? They can come back and buy more. Their first purchase matters so much, right? So it's not just about selling again, but it's about embedding our products into our customers' lives and making them indispensable. How do we do that? Couple ways. By transferring routine follow-ups into an art form, right? Imagine sending emails that do more than just check-in. These emails are about building habits, creating routines. Okay. Let me give you the most basic example. If a person who's interested in like For example, let's just say they have gut health problems and you're selling supplements. All right. A big part to that, and a big problem, right? An obstacle a lot of people face is they don't know how to stay consistent. They don't know why. And the big problem with that, if you think of the psychology, they don't know why they need to take this for X amount of days to achieve X result. So what is our email sequence specific to that problem going to do? It's going to educate them. And that's the biggest advantage with a channel like this is you can help them cultivate the habit. You can give them and equip them the proper education for creating and building the healthy habits that create routines which guide our customers on how to make the most out of their purchases. Which, what does that do? It solves the customer's pain point. It helps and provides value to them. And in return, it helps grow your business because they come back and they continue to buy because they know why they're using this, right? So creating something like a habit formation post purchase flow, having a sequence showcasing, hey, 10 emails over X amount of weeks. Hey, every single other or every other day, we're just gonna talk about a benefit of why. Step one, the importance of taking this every day. Step two, what are the benefits? Step three, when do you typically start to see results? Step four, or email number four, is like testimonials of like, oh, how did this transform other people's lives? So think along those lines. And this way, like the product isn't just another item on the shelf, right? It becomes a player in their daily, it becomes a part of their daily rituals, right? I don't know why it says player. And then number two, right? What's another way? By sending testimonial requests that are not just about gathering praise, right? Or social proof. Rather, we take them as an opportunity for customers to reflect on their experiences and really think about the impact that the product has on their lives. So is it a helpful, beneficial product, right? And they get to give you feedback as well. That's another big point is like you always have to have market feedback. For any successful product in the space, people are going to give you feedback. They're going to tell you what they like and what they don't like. Use that feedback and make iterations to your product. Okay. A third way is elevating the overall customer journey, right? So this is another very important element that you want to have in your overall retention strategy through email and SMS. And the easiest way, again, like all of this is pretty simple when it's broken down, right? The easiest way to break this up, the breaking up the buyer's journey is if they've purchased or if they've not purchased, right? You're going to speak to a customer who's bought from your business or from your brand a lot different than you're going to speak to someone who has not purchased because there's still a lot of selling, right? If you have a good product and they've purchased, you need to tailor that stuff a little bit differently to someone who hasn't purchased, right? From there, we're only providing discounts to non-purchasers, for example, right? Because that could be an element that gets them to convert. Why would we continue to offer current customers discounts if they've already purchased? Sure, there's a time and place for that, but like you most likely don't need to get them to convert. And the second is adding value for those who have purchased the products, right? This way, we're not devaluing our brand, right? The brand by dishing out discounts left and right. So you're just losing out on margins. You're tracking the point of conversion for your customers. Once we have the point of conversion, we can double down our efforts and we identify, okay, where were they converting? What caused them to convert? Or we can track the point of churn. Why are people falling off? If it's a subscription, let's just say, for example, it's a gut health product. It's a probiotic or something like that, right? And after 2 months, we're noticing everyone's churning. Maybe it's a 90-day cycle and they just didn't know that. Well, let's communicate that because then we can identify, okay, the reason they're churning is because they're not aware that you get results in 90 days. Simple thing, right? It adds value to the customer. They understand how to use the product and keeping the customer longer term because they understand, oh, it's a process, right? And once we have the point of churn, we create a funnel to lead the customers away, right? Exactly with what I just said. So keep these few things in mind. These are very important elements that we're testing, and we're doing this for supplement brands, for fashion brands, for beauty brands, and it just makes a night and day difference in performance, and it can go a very long way. So hope that was helpful.